What's up YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. I know I have been a little bit missing lately. I can explain. It's just been a lot going on. I moved into a new apartment. I went from posting like a video once a week to I'm down to once a month, but I'm trying. I appreciate each and every one of you that still watch my videos, that are still subscribing. Just know it's only up from here. I've just been having a little bit of a, what's the word? Blockage. I've just been having trouble trying to figure out what kind of videos I want to do next. So if you guys have any ideas, any suggestions, please let me know. I'm always willing to make content just for you guys. So if there's anything specific that you want to see, let me know. But as I'm sure you can tell by the title of this video is going to be me training a beginner client. So as far as I know, she doesn't really know how to work out. I think she knows how to squat, you know, the basics, but all the heavy lifting, all the funny exercises, I don't think she knows how to do. So we're gonna get into that today. In this video, I'm just gonna be giving kind of advice on how I train my clients. Of course, every person is different, but this is just me. This is also for beginners who are starting out. This is a great video for you to watch, or beginner trainers that are just starting out. This is a great video for you to watch. But before we get into it, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into this workout. Alright guys, so I'm going to start this video off by saying that the majority of this video is sped up. So if it looks like we're moving quickly or doing the workouts very quickly, just know that the pace of the video is sped up significantly. So first and foremost, we are starting our workout with stretching. Now, usually I don't stretch like this with my clients, but for the purposes of the video, I decided to walk her through a stretch. So there are two main types of stretching. Static stretching is what typically comes to mind when people talk about stretching. So static stretching is a form of passive or active stretching in which you hold a position for 30 to 60 seconds, which allows the muscles and their connective tissues to lengthen. But I prefer to do dynamic stretching before I start my workout. So dynamic stretching is a form of active stretching where you typically only hold the stretch for 2 to 3 seconds because you're really just trying to get through the total joint range of motion. So that's good for when you're first about to work out. This helps warm your muscles and to increase your range of motion for your workouts. So as a beginner, you definitely want to incorporate dynamic stretching before you perform your workouts to help prevent any injuries, to help lengthen the muscles, and to overall just get a better workout in. The majority of the exercises that I'm going to have her do today are lower body exercises. So we did a lot of hip opening stretches, hip flexors, hip extension stretches, really just anything to add some range. That was just the warm-up, guys. So moving on into the first set of exercises, for me personally as a trainer, I like to always superset my workouts. I feel like it's a great way to get a workout in. It's a great way to keep your body moving, keep your heart pumping instead of taking long rest periods. So if you don't know what a superset is, a superset is basically 2 different exercises back to back with little to no rest in between. So first I'm starting her off here with some straight leg kickbacks. I put some ankle weights on her, and my workouts differ per client, but she specifically wants stronger legs, a flatter stomach, a bigger booty. So I'm starting her off with some glute workouts to warm up her glutes and get her ready for the compound exercises that we're gonna do later in this video. I typically have clients do 3 or 4 sets of each exercise. For this, I had her do 4 different sets, but I'm only going to show 1 because otherwise it would just be a repetitive ass video. So following the kickbacks, we supersetted that workout with a kettlebell swing. Now we did not have a kettlebell available, so you can substitute that with a dumbbell. So here I'm holding a 10-pound dumbbell and I'm showing her how to do this. This is a workout that I love to do with beginners because once you get it, you got it and you love it and you feel it and it's so effective. But I have had trouble with teaching clients this in the past because people tend to want to squat rather than thrust with their hips. But luckily she was able to get it on the first round. Moving on into our next workout, we are going to be using my Jess Right Fitness resistance band. Don't forget that you can get these on my website, jessrightfitness.com. So we are going to be doing squat walks, and beginners absolutely hate these, but they are one workout that is also super effective. Your quads are going to be on fire. So I have them do 5 walks to the left, 5 walks to the right, and that's 1 set. So I had her do this 5 times. And this is one workout that the first time you do it, you're gonna feel like you're not gonna be able to finish your set, but you 100% can. So I got behind her, I gave her some motivation, I pumped her up, and I got her through it. Because honestly, a lot of exercise is mental. And if you tell yourself you can't do it, then you can't do it. But if you tell yourself you can do it, then you can do that shit. But unfortunately, she fell down halfway through, so we got back up. I made her do it over again, and she almost had it until she had one more to go. She had one more to go.
I did 5.
And this is what she's doing.
I did 5.
No, you didn't. No, you did 4. Oh, you did 4.
I did 5.
She did 4. It's okay. We'll get her there. So we supersetted our squat walks with straight leg deadlifts. This is great for your hamstrings and your glutes, and this oftentimes can be kind of hard to teach a beginner as well because people tend to want to squat down rather than hinging at your hips. So that's what I'm walking her through right here. Also, mind-muscle connection is super important. So sometimes I like to touch my muscle before I perform my exercise just to have that connection. And those of you who don't know what mind-muscle connection is, it is exactly what it sounds like. It is just you connecting with your muscle mentally and being conscious and focused on the tension that you're creating in that muscle during your workout. So just a few tips to really exaggerate that mind-muscle connection. Move through your workout slowly. Touch the muscle before, during, or after you're working it. And sometimes I even close my eyes when I'm working out just so I can really feel every single movement in my muscle. Okay, so I realized I had a few oil stains on my leggings, so just ignore that. I don't know where it came from, but I know it's not cute. So moving on from our leg workouts, we're gonna do a little bit of core work here. So here I'm having her do, I'm not sure what these are called. I call them like ball tosses because you're just using your core to toss the ball from your hands to between your legs. So the goal here is to not let the ball touch the ground, but rather kind of levitate above the ground. Luckily, baby girl has a strong core here because I have seen people do this and only be able to get through 2 reps, but she made it through. So next we are moving on to elevated hamstring ball curls. So these are killer for your hamstrings. They also engage your core, so it's a good way to get some core workout in. And it's a very simple movement, so it's great for someone who is just starting to work out. And just another tip that I wanted to throw in there for you guys, please make sure that you are eating something before you work out. Now, don't get me wrong, there is a type of working out that's called fasted working out, which is where you work out on an empty stomach and you typically do HIIT workouts or some type of cardio. But if you are trying to gain weight or you know you're going to be doing some extensive strength training, make sure you eat some kind of meal or even a simple carb before you work out, like even if it's just a banana or some toast or maybe even some pasta or oatmeal, just something that actually gives your body some fuel to finish your workout. And moving on into leg raises, this is another workout that is great for your core and it's honestly a fun partner workout, but if it's your first time doing it, it can be a little bit challenging. So now we are moving on into machines. Now, I typically train in small gyms such as apartment gyms. So when it comes to training beginners, I honestly do not take them to machines until I know that they are fully capable and ready to work out on a machine. So with her, I just started her off with simple leg workouts that I know would be pretty easy. And when I say machine, I don't just mean machines. I mean like squat racks or even like open bar deadlifts, anything that's kind of frightening or intimidating to someone who is new to walking into the gym. But with her, she had really good form with all of her other leg workouts, so I figured she'd be able to perform these leg workouts pretty easy. So here I am just setting her up to do some good morning. So this is very similar to the same movement that she did with a kettlebell swing or with a straight leg deadlift. So I try to keep her kind of in the same muscle group so she would have a good grip on how to actually do this exercise. And when it comes to training a client, I have always been taught to tell, show, and do. So tell them how to do it, show them how to do it, and watch them do it. And I know that sounds like common sense, but you would actually be surprised at how many trainers will tell you to do something and just expect you to know how to already do it. And with a beginner doing good mornings, I honestly typically would not have had her do this on a Smith machine, but this apartment specifically did not have the long barbells that I would have rather used, so we made it work and she did a good job, so that's all that matters. And again, being in a small apartment gym, I was very limited with the equipment and what I could do with it. So here we are doing reverse lunges with a front knee up, and there was a bar on the Smith machine that was kind of prohibiting us to go back as far as I would have liked to. So this ended up being more of a narrow reverse lunge to a knee up. And again, guys, do not wear Balenciagas to work out because she made a comment that it was hard for her to do the workout because of her Balenciagas. Moving on to jump lunges, this is a workout that is pretty high impact on your knees, so if you have any knee problems, then you might want to avoid these. So with my clients, I always ask if they have any prior injuries or any joint or muscle tissue damage of any sort. So with her, she did not, so we were able to complete these just fine. But as you see, the further she got into her reps, the more her form kind of to look a little bit more inadequate. So I always like to preach that form is way more important than reps. So even if you can only do 5 reps of great form versus 10 reps of shitty form, go for the 5 reps. And for our last compound exercise, we have leg press. So with leg press or any other leg workout, you always want to make sure you are never locking your knees out. You'll see me put my hands on my client knees because that is me reminding her to never lock your knees out because it's putting way too much pressure and tension on your knees, which can cause them a lot of damage. And the way that I like to do leg press is that I like to incorporate tempo. So those of you that do not know what tempo is basically the speed at which you complete your reps. So I like to go really slow that I can feel it. So that's what we call time under tension. So I do my leg press on a 4-second basis. So I'm going 4 seconds of extension, 4 seconds of flexion. And again, this video is sped up, so you may not be able to tell how slow we are actually going.
All right, you guys, I have just wrapped up training a beginner doing a workout. She told me she hasn't worked out in 2 years. So today was her first time back. Skyla, tell them how you feel. How do you feel?
Really dead right now. I feel great and like rejuvenated, but I don't know if we can still be friends after you just hurt me like
You don't want to be my friend? I'm trying to make you a better you.
I need an ice bath first, and then we'll talk about it.
Anyways, you guys, you already know what to do. Make sure you hit the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment and make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.